Today, Peppa and George are learning about numbers. They see numbers on blocks and toys around them. Peppa sees the number 1 and says, "This is number 1. There is only 1." George laughs and nods in agreement. Peppa and George see 2 balls on the ground. Peppa says, "This is number 2. There are 2 balls." They count together. 1, 2. Peppa sees 3 chairs and says, "This is number 3. There are 3 chairs." George counts along with Peppa. 1, 2, 3. Finally, Peppa and George learn the numbers from 1 to 5. Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are very proud of the children for learning their numbers. Recognize colors. Today, Mummy Pig is going to teach Peppa and George to recognize colors. She brings out a color chart and starts explaining to them. Peppa points at the red apple and says, "This is red just like this apple." George looks at it and says, "Red is so nice." Peppa sees the fresh green trees in the garden and says, "This is green, just like the leaves on the trees." Peppa points at the bright yellow sunflower and says, "This is yellow, just like this sunflower." Peppa looks up at the sky and says, "This is blue, just like the sky." Peppa and George are happy that they've learned the colors. They feel proud to recognize red, green, yellow, and blue in the world around them. It's a dancing day! Peppa turns on some happy music. It's time to start dancing! Peppa starts dancing! She twirls, she hops high, and she wiggles to the beat. Peppa is a talented dancer! Yeah! George wants to spin just like Peppa. He spins, spins, spins. George is spinning so fast, he won't stop spinning. Stop spinning, George! George tries to stop, but he loses his balance. Oh dear, George tumbles onto the floor. Peppa giggles and helps George up. George learned not to spin too fast. Now for some slower, gentle dancing. Peppa Pig and the Magical Garden. Peppa is playing when she suddenly kicks a softly glowing stone. When she sets it back down, a glowing sprout slowly rises from the ground. The sprout grows quickly into a shimmering magical flower bush. George runs over, and the two happily admire the glowing flowers. Finally, Peppa's whole family sits down to admire the giant flower tree. Peppa and George joyfully hop on the huge blossoms, feeling truly happy.
Peppa and George learn colour. Peppa and George take a walk in the park, where the world looks like a giant box of crayons. Colours are everywhere, bright, soft, warm and cool, just waiting to be noticed. In the middle of the grass, a blue flower sways softly, like a tiny piece of the sky resting on the ground. Blue is the colour of calm rivers and wide skies. It feels cool, peaceful and gentle. Right beside it, a bright yellow flower shines proudly in the sunlight. Yellow is the colour of sunshine and happiness. It feels warm, cheerful and full of energy. Above them, green leaves rustle in the breeze, forming a soft canopy overhead. Green is the colour of life and growing things. It feels fresh, healthy and full of nature. Nearby, a yellow excavator stands still on the grass, bold and bright. Bright yellow is easy to see. It grabs attention and makes sure no one misses it. Under their feet lies brown soil, warm and steady. Brown is the color of the earth. It feels strong, safe, and dependable, the perfect place for colorful flowers to grow. In the park, Peppa and George learn that every color has its own feeling, and together they make the world beautiful. Peppa Pig and the strange noisy clock. Everything is very quiet until Peppa and George hear a strange sound they have never heard before. It turns out to be a clock, but not an ordinary one. It's big, it's loud, and it clearly loves attention. Oh! Every time the clock hand moves, the whole garden seems to wiggle along, and Peppa finds it very exciting. George decides to touch it. The clock immediately responds with an even louder sound, very much its own style. No one knows what this clock is really for, but it is very good at turning everything into a game. In the end, the clock becomes quiet, and Peppa and George realize that time goes fastest when you're having fun.
Today, Peppa and George are going to visit your different houses in class. They are so excited to see what kind of houses you live in. The first house they came to was Ket's. It was small and colorful. Peppa and George both loved it immediately. Scowl's house is different. It's tall and modern, with big windows looking out onto the garden. Peppa and George love it because it's so spacious. Bear's house is located in the forest and is made of wood. This is Peppa and George's favorite house because it is close to nature and has a beautiful garden. After the tour, Peppa and her friends sat down and realized that each house had its own special thing. Special rain. The rain begins, but it's not ordinary rain. Sparkling, colorful drops fall into Peppa's garden. Each magical raindrop turns into a beautiful flower. The green garden bursts into colorful blooms. Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig run into the garden, amazed by the magical flower garden created by the rain. The whole family laughs joyfully. Peppa and George dance among the flowers, enjoying the magical rain with their family. A very special day, full of colors and happiness. Little Pig and Big Pig were walking in the park when they suddenly heard a strange sound coming from behind the bushes. They both stopped and looked at each other curiously. Little Pig started to guess. Could it be a giant bear sleeping in there? And Sister Pig thought, or maybe a squirrel looking for food. The rustling from the bushes grew louder. Neither of them could figure out, what was it? Could it be a monster? And then, suddenly, Daddy Pig jumped out from the bushes, scaring Little Pig and Sister Pig out of their wits. It turned out that Daddy Pig was playing hide and seek. After a moment of panic, the whole pig family laughed out loud. It turned out that the strange thing behind the bush was a fun game that Father Pig thought up. Little Pig and Sister Pig are preparing a wonderful party with delicious grilled food. Everyone is happy, but something unexpected is about to happen.
Yahoo!
Suddenly, there was a sizzling sound from the oven. Something was definitely wrong. Little Pig and Big Sister Pig ran around the kitchen in a panic. Little Pig grabbed everything to put out the fire while Big Sister searched for a towel. But would this help? But then a miracle happened. Sister Pig found the fire extinguisher and ran out to put out the fire. Family photography. It's time to take a perfect family picture. Mummy Pig sets the camera on the timer. Everyone gets into position. Say cheese! Peppa smiles brightly, but George winks just as the camera is about to flash. Take 2. Try to hold still. Everyone is looking at the lens. But Daddy Pig feels a tickle in his nose. Something is wrong. Daddy Pig! Achoo! Daddy Pig sneezes just as the camera snaps. The whole family bursts into laughter. Oh well, they'll have to try again. Little Pig was sleeping soundly in his room. But as he closed his eyes and fell asleep, a strange dream began. The little pig opened his eyes and found himself at the bottom of the sea, surrounded by colorful fish and beautiful coral reefs. Little Pig wanders into an underwater garden where sea flowers are blooming and dancing to cheerful music. Oh! The baby pig swims like a little fish and can even surf like a superhero. Everything under the sea is fun and colorful. After a wonderful adventure, Little Pig felt a little tired and decided to return to the real world. The water world gradually disappeared, leaving behind a feeling of relief. One beautiful morning, Little Pig and Little Pig were walking in the garden. Little Pig suddenly discovered a big rock. But the strange thing was, this rock could move. The curious little pig approached the rock, and in the blink of an eye, the rock started rolling, as if it wanted to lead the little pig somewhere. The stone led Little Pig into a mysterious area of the garden, where there was a small gate covered with wildflowers. The gate seemed never to have been opened. As they passed through the mysterious gate, Little Pig and Sister Pig enter a magical garden, a vast flower garden, and a giant candy garden. So the adventure ends, but this mysterious garden will surely have many interesting things waiting for Little Pig and Sister Pig to discover. Who knows where this stone will lead them next?
Nice weekend! One weekend with beautiful weather, Daddy and George decided to go fishing to relax. Wow! George and Daddy were delighted with the fish. Mummy and Peppa were busy weeding the vegetable garden. Their efforts resulted in fresh, clean vegetables. The weekend meal was filled with joy. They had prepared the dishes themselves. Peppa loved watching the horses. So after the meal, Daddy took Peppa to the horse farm. Peppa giggled with delight. A weekend full of fun activities that helped strengthen family bonds. Afterwards, Peppa's family returned home in good spirits.
Peppa Pig and the Soap Bubble Dance. Daddy Pig had just finished assembling a giant bubble machine in the backyard.
Ta-da!
The machine started blowing countless bubbles, and Peppa and George danced while chasing them. Daddy Pig tried dancing after the bubbles, but every step he took made them all pop. Mummy Pig turned on the giant bubble mode, surprising the whole family with huge floating bubbles. Peppa and George danced around the giant bubble, reaching for it as it floated higher. The family sat in front of the porch, relaxing while watching bubbles drift into the sky. Peppa and the Puzzle Game. Peppa and George are ready to play with colorful building blocks. They don't know that today, the blocks will be very special. Oh no! The first block jumps and changes color. Peppa and George are wide-eyed and giggle with surprise. The other blocks also transform into little animals, dancing all over the floor. Peppa and George chase them, picking them up with laughter.
Yahoo!
The blocks form funny shapes, then change into new ones. Peppa and George try to guess, but are always surprised and laugh non-stop. Finally, the blocks return to normal, but still brightly colored. Peppa and George giggle happily, enjoying the magical shape-shifting game. Peppa helps Mummy Pig clean the house. Peppa and George are happily playing in the living room with toys scattered all over the floor. The room looks so messy. Mummy Pig walks in, looks around the messy room, and decides it's time to clean up. Peppa and George quickly say, "Let us do the cleaning ourselves." The two little ones start picking up toys and putting them into baskets. When they finish, Mummy Pig feels so proud of them. Gentle giggles fill the warm, cozy room. Hearing the laughter, Daddy Pig peeks in curiously. Oh no! He steps on George's toy car. It looks so funny. Peppa, George, and Mummy Pig burst out laughing. While Daddy Pig looks confused about why that toy is there. Hot Air Balloon Festival. It's the Hot Air Balloon Festival today. Peppa and George are at the field. The huge balloons are being inflated.
Wow!
Look! The first balloon is ready. It goes up high, higher and higher. Peppa cheers happily. How wonderful! So many balloons are going up. Blue, pink, polka dots. It's like a garden of flowers in the sky. Peppa and George wave goodbye to the adventures in the sky. What a colorful festival! Peppa and George packed the picnic basket with Mummy Pig, bringing bread, fruit, and drinks. The family walked into the colorful flower garden with bees and butterflies flying around.
Hey!
Peppa picked a red rose. George picked a sunflower, both laughing happily. Daddy Pig lifted Peppa to reach a tall flower. Peppa raised her hand excitedly. George curiously watched a snail crawling on a leaf. The family sat on the picnic blanket, eating bread, drinking water, and enjoying the beautiful garden view.
When Peppa became a ballet dancer. Today, Peppa decides to become a ballet dancer, and the whole world is her stage. In the living room, Peppa spins gracefully in a circle, almost spinning the rug along with her. Outside on the pathway, even the small sidewalk becomes a grand stage. Peppa rises onto her tiptoes as if performing for thousands of people. In the park, the tall green trees seem to bow gently with every twirl she makes. On the soft grass, keeping balance is trickier than Peppa expected, but a true dancer never gives up. Whether in the living room, on the street, or in the park, Peppa believes that with passion, any place can become a ballet stage.
Peppa and the shared umbrella. It's a rainy morning, and Peppa brings her favorite pink umbrella. She sees Wendy Wolf getting wet under a tree. Peppa smiles and shares her umbrella with Wendy. They walk together, splashing puddles and singing happily. Madame Gazelle says, "Sharing is wonderful." Peppa and Wendy smile under the pink umbrella.
Peppa Pig and the giant ball. Everything seems normal until Peppa and George notice a giant ball rolling straight into their backyard. The ball is enormous, but Peppa is determined because for Peppa, bigger always means more fun. The ball rolls across the grass, leaving funny circles behind, and Peppa laughs with every spin. George joins in, and together they try to control the giant ball, or at least try their best. And then, splash! The ball hits a puddle, sending water everywhere and turning the fun up even more. In the end, Peppa and George learn that sometimes all you need for great fun is a giant ball and lots of laughter.
A happy morning starts with, a delicious chocolate cake. Oh my, who could resist? But when the baby turned around, oh what? Where did the cake go? The little pig is on a hunt. Under the table, in the fridge, even in his boots. And finally, the cake was right in the hands of the pig, eating deliciously. But don't worry, Piggy has prepared a second portion of cake for you. How sweet!
Peppa Pig and the fun counting lesson. Peppa Fox and Pony decide to become little mathematicians today. Peppa starts by counting the tractors by the roadside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fox chooses to count the tall street lamps standing proudly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pony happily counts the green trees waving their leaves. Peppa also counts the rubbish bins along the road. Finally, they count the most important thing, themselves. 1 Peppa, 1 Fox, 1 Pony, 3 little friends, and endless counting fun.
Today, the school is holding a running competition. Peppa, George, and the others are very excited to participate. Who will be the winner? The whistle has blown! The race is officially on! Peppa and George and their friends run as fast as they can. Oh no! There are many obstacles on the track. Peppa has to overcome them, but George can't stop because he tripped over a small rock. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig cheered enthusiastically, which gave Peppa and George extra motivation to continue the competition. And finally, Peppa and her friends finished the competition. Even though she wasn't the winner, Peppa felt very happy because she tried her best. Peppa Pig and the Cloud Pillow. Peppa finds a soft cloud-like pillow and hugs it. George touches it, and the pillow glows gently. They imagine floating through the sky on a fluffy cloud. Oh! The cloud carries them past rainbows and soft breezes.
Oh!
Peppa wakes up smiling, with Mummy Pig watching warmly. The log floated away. Peppa and George are playing near the riverbank. There are so many interesting things to see here.
Hey!
Look! Peppa finds a big log. It looks very heavy. Peppa tries to push it by herself, but the log won't move. George decides to help Peppa. They use all of their strength. Push! Push! The log slowly starts to roll. And splash! The log falls into the water. Look, it floats. The log starts to drift gently down the river. Peppa and George wave goodbye to the adventurous log. They throw in a small leaf to be its captain. What fun! Adventure in the little forest. Peppa and George are excited to step into the small forest where trees and rustling leaves await. They don't know what surprises are ahead. Oh, wow! The leaves in the forest seem to dance, falling on Peppa and George's heads like funny hats. Look! A big tree looks like it's laughing! Its branches shake, making Peppa and George jump back, then laugh at the silly sight. They have to cross a small pond, but leaves cover the water like a wobbly bridge. Peppa and George jump around, splashing water everywhere. Finally, Peppa and George sit under a tree, laughing as they look around. They had a funny and joyful adventure in the small forest.